This game we're playing Tristana. I'd actually coached this matchup the other day, so it'll be interesting. What is your goal, like, coming into the matchup? What do you think?
Looking at the entire game, I feel like what I'm thinking when I get into the game like this, I'm looking at the lanes of like which lanes will be volatile and that stuff, what my jungle matchup wants to do, and then how I can provide for him. Because how Tristana I feel like right now is not necessarily that you kill your opponent all the time, but you like bleed them out. You get CS leads, you get plate leads, 100%. You take better base timers.
Right.
And that's like, I'm kind of thinking like that. I need to look for like, I level E first, I believe I said that, and then like I want to get W for push, and I can look for WE trade before Vlad gets pool.
The thing is, right, yeah, go.
Yeah, and there was nothing more there.
Yeah, no, I was gonna say, there's a few things that make your champion strong. Number one is that you always have tempo over everyone else, right, because of how your champion works. Anytime you get push, this leads into tempo, right, agreed? So we just have that established already, so it's no confusion later, right? And your champion is like the master pushing, right? Because you will literally one-tap anyone if they try to push against you, and you also just have more push in your kit than every other champion, right? So you just naturally get the push, and if they try to contest it, they have to use all spells and you just win, right? And with this push, you have so many things you can do, right? Because your champion loves to skirmish, your champion loves to push towers, and your champion just fucking loves to play anything that is off-tempo, right? And this is why the champion is OP, right? And this is why I said, like, last game, right? When we lost tempo versus Tristana, like, at one point in the game, that's suicide, right?
Yeah.
It's like, that's, like, the number one thing, right? We have to try and keep the tempo, right? And try to minimize our plays, right? Because this champion is OP in the early game.
Here's one mistake I make on Tristana a bit too much gonna come up, where I use my E before I level 2. Like, I'm gonna hit level 2 soon after the second E, and, like, I use it before and get, like, E auto attack.
Yeah.
But I could have just saved W, and then I could have looked for better trade, and that happens too much to me.
I mean, I would have autoed once more here. I'm not sure what we're scared of, to be honest.
Not sure either, to be honest. Because casters weren't hitting me.
Like, no, casters are not hitting you, and even if like they start hitting you, like, it's fucking fine, you know? Like, you're spacing good from them, right? Like, we just keep walking forward, right? It's like, like here we're doing it good, right? We're like, after every auto, we click forward, and now we're scared for some reason all of a sudden.
Yeah. For some reason, I think it's more, I wanted to just get back push into the wave, but it's not the right thing. Like, looking in retrospect, I should have went harder for the trade, and it's gonna be better.
Yeah, and then it's like, in general, right, I spoke about HP values, right? This champion has, like, a fucking, probably the most HP in the game, right? Like, so, you don't want to, like, be trading your HP, right, for his HP, right, often, but it's like, there is, like, even if it hits you once, right, you're just gonna get, like, way more than his. And your champion has a lot of HP as well, so that's fine in a sense, right? But
one thing I should have, like, I said it at the start of the game, but I didn't look it up. But I don't know Vlad's cooldown specifically. Like, you can see his Q cooldown, but I don't know his W and E cooldown, and that kind of hurts. I become more passive because I don't know what he's doing.
Have you looked it up now, or no?
I haven't checked it now, but...
No. I mean, I don't know exactly, but his W is like, I don't know, his W is
I'm gonna say 13?
You think his W is a 13 second cooldown?
Something like that. That's
his,
like
I can tell you, his W is not like less than 25.
Okay, let's...
Not at the start of the game, at least.
E is a 13 second cooldown, 13 to 5. W is 28 to 16.
Yeah, but I said W earlier. Maybe you meant E.
I meant E.
Oh, okay, no, then
E is like trading patterns, and then W, I know it's longer than my W, which is 22. Like, I know it's like 25-ish, but it
okay, no, then it makes more sense. Yeah,
this E is what I was a bit like sad about.
Yeah. No, and it's like, I mean, yeah.
Because now I lose the jump that I could have used here. I would just deny him 2 minions for free with it harder.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. I don't think it's like terrible here because the wave is kind of pushed already, right? In a sense, like.
Could I have slowed down the push? Because I was kind of looking here, like I over pushed it, right?
Yes.
Because I wanted to acquire push, but I think I already have push right now.
No.
Because one melee is already dead from just like skirmishing.
Yeah, I mean, there's a few things here, right? I mean, maybe I don't know if you're like talking with your jungler or something, if you know like he's gonna go for an invade, right? But I would not go for this ward.
I have no clue about what my jungler is doing.
Right, so your jungler is just some random as Donnie, right? So it's like, are we scared of getting level 2 ganked by Sejoni?
No, and I said it during the game. with this, I should have done like a wave 2 level like Raptor ward, so I can push for level 3.
Yeah, you can do that, and you can like you fucking ward on like a third wave as well, right? Your champion has push, right? You don't need to ward level 1 unless you're scared of getting she-skanked. If you're scared of getting she-skanked, that's fair enough, right? But you're playing as Vladimir Sajani. I think you fucking want me to them, to be honest. Like,
yeah, almost.
Yeah, like it's like, you know, it's on that level, right? So it's like, yeah, and then it's like the push, right? Like here, okay, we E, right? And now we're like, okay, it's fine if we want to like make sure we get the push.
That second and third minion, I did like too many auto attacks, because if I
Yes.
slowed those down, I would have W range here where the wave is out of turret.
Yes, like generally how the game works, right? It's like, let's say Tristana is like the best pushing champion in the game. I'm not sure if there's a better, right? But let's say her pushes are 10, right? Vladimir is maybe one of the fucking worst, agreed. Like this champion is awful.
Yeah,
right? At least in the early game, right? So maybe it's like fucking pushes like a 3 or something, right?
Yeah.
If this is his maximum push, you only need to push at a 4.
Yeah.
Right.
That is true.
Right, you only want to push slightly faster than him, right? That's the entire idea. Then you build a slow push, right? Unless you want to hard shove for some reason. Maybe you're scared of a gank, maybe you want to roam, maybe you want to reset, whatever it might be, right? If you don't have a reason, though, you'd never hard shove, right? You just want to slow push as slow as possible, right?
Yeah.
But while still getting the push, right?
Because I slowed down on the casters. That one I could have killed slower, but
yeah,
I just did it too fast, and it became a bit sad.
And for all you go.
Yeah, normally after when I kill that wave is where I would like to go for a ward on, for example, like Tristana. I just go place a ward like close to Raptor, and I know she can't 3-camp me, and if she doesn't 3-camp me from red side, if she starts top side, then I know that she will come from river, so I can hug top side after.
So what I like less here about like what us doing, because we kind of have to end up like hitting minions, right? Because he's like contesting our push, right? Yeah. So that's why we have to hit minions a lot. If we had, let's say, instead of clicking back like when we did, we had kept going, right? We go for one more auto, then we space him out. Like, in general, look at our minions. Can he keep trading it?
No.
No, fuck no, right? And it's like, we have like maybe 2 millions on us maximum, right? Agreed? Yeah. So we can keep positioning aggressively here, if we want to. Then he has to swap onto the other side, right? And then he has to start hitting minions, right? And all of this time, you will just make sure that we don't have to push the wave fast enough, right? Instead of pushing the wave like this, right? We push the wave by making sure we threaten him. Make sense?
Yep.
We don't want him to fin our wave. That's the main thing, right? We still want a wave when it actually crashes, right? Because that gives us more time. Now if both waves are getting finned, then we're going to crash on the second wave, I believe, at least. Maybe we manage to slow it down later.
Yeah.
And this is a bit depressing.
Yeah.
It is what it is. Yeah, and if we are gonna crash the second wave, we crash it as soon as possible, right? Like, that's just how the game works. Because then at least, like, the wave goes back to being in the middle then. And we can actually play on, like, with the wave being in the middle, right? That's, like, the idea.
I was very late on this bomb. And I was waiting.
Oh yeah, here would you start like already before this? Like you see how you're like trying to slow push, right? It's like fine, I get it, right? Because you don't want to crash the wave, but you kind of have to. So you just do it as fast as possible. And I wouldn't go Q either, probably. Like even though you don't use your W right now, right? Let's just say we crashed it a bit earlier. The wave is back in the middle. Then W is like completely OP. Agreed?
Yeah, can be good. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like your Q
doesn't
do a lot.
The main reason why I scale Q is because of I think I was losing 1 million. That's like the first initial reason. Otherwise, I would hold on and like only level Q if that gives a good trade for Q or
something
like that. And here's where I should not use my bomb. I learned that later.
Yes.
I should hold on to bomb because he's gonna pool always.
Yeah, you use W and then it's like if he W's and he does not get your bomb like this, he's just taking like, you know, like 10% HP for some godforsaken reason, and you E him here and you get 2 autos. Or maybe 1 auto max.
I should have gotten 2 there. I noticed now, looking back, I can get so many more autos than I'm doing with how he's positioning.
Yes.
Then they kind of burned my flash because Blitzcrank came.
Yes, unlucky. I don't think it hits, but I mean, if you're scared it's gonna hit.
Yeah, I was flash. Like thinking I can get around the corner, but I was like, that's gonna hit me.
Yeah, it's fine.
I was a bit scared.
And I mean, one thing here is like if we had saved the ward, right, we could maybe have seen that or something.
If I had that ward on that side, then I would have seen him coming from that side as well. And then Lilia. This was also a bit unfortunate because Lila got like.
Yeah, I mean, this guy's like win trading, so.
But I think there's still like a lot of these like small things that I can improve my laning phase on, and I can create
100%.
leads, especially in this elo.
Yes, 100%.
Like I can
right.
create so big leads.
Right, let's be honest here. You watch Ovi, agreed?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, so it's like, and all of these things, like small things, you see him doing perma, and that's what actually gives you an advantage usually, right? Like, these are the things. Yeah, go.
That's one thing I watched from his VOD when he played Tristana. Like, he really likes to, like, a lot of the pro players like Q on Tristana early on, just so they can push.
Oh no, it makes a lot. It makes a lot of sense. Do you watch like solo queue VODs or do you watch pro play VODs?
Solo Q VOD, so I watch like him streaming.
Sure. No, it's like, because it's like, I mean, one thing here, right, is like, you step up here. You see what I mean? I don't know what we're scared of, right? It's like, we're spacing away from him. We don't need space away from this guy. This guy's fucking
Even when
weak.
he has empowered Q?
If he has a powered Q, it's a different story, right? Like, then
like,
then it can be fine.
Q is coming up here, so...
Right, so if you want to space away from him right now, and now, you step forward again, right?
Yeah.
But you don't do this fucking shit where you click around you, like, for fun. Now you're clicking this side and then backwards and etc., right? You click towards him, right? And then you fucking click to this side so that the minions don't hit you, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, you space him, and once again he has to walk onto this side, right? And it's like, if he has to walk onto this side, then we can even potentially, right, if we fin the wave enough and he's not respecting it, we can maybe even, like, just cut him off and all in him.
Yeah. If I take up more space here, I will deny more minions, and I will get potential to kill him.
Yeah.
Because this minion, like that melee minion, he should never be able to get if I space properly.
And, okay, can I ask you a question here?
Mm-hmm.
What are we auto-attacking for?
That is a very good question.
Right. Anytime you auto-attack a minion, it should have a purpose, agreed?
Yeah.
Right? It's sure. Like, because right now we're just like, oh, let's hit a minion. And now we regret it.
Yeah.
You can't bring this HP back, you know?
Yeah.
It's like, maybe we don't regret it. Maybe the entire thing is just you don't want the cannon to die or something like that. But like in the VOD at least, we can regret it at least.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know. It's, right, because we're just pushing and then we give him the wave and now he has nothing to be scared of if we're pushing, right? Like, if we don't hit any minions right here, we don't hit, like, this range creep for fun, and we step up here, like, we can maybe summon them off 1-2 minions, right? And if we can do this every single wave, right, like, we're gonna have a huge lead coming to...
Like 6 CS, 7 CS per minute instead of 10.
Fucking insane, right?
Yeah. But yeah, especially when, like, we see all of the opponents on the map, like, I should definitely... use it.
I don't like this W at all.
Okay.
Like, it's good that we wait before E, but it feels like we don't get enough value out of this, personally. Like, I'm not sure if you agree.
Yes.
And now we're just exposed to maybe getting yanked if something does happen, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's like, yeah, so that's why I don't like it. But I think the trade is, like, in theory fine if you, like, go for it a bit later. So let's say right here, like, you just focus on pushing the wave a bit, and then when you fin the wave enough to the point where you can recall, you just trade with him a bit, and then you take an exit trade, right?
Yeah. Yeah, here I'm just looking at the base TP. Vlad isn't playing TP either, and then I forgot he had Ignite, so...
yeah, every Vladimir ever plays Ignite. This is just what you need to do on the champion.
I need to just be aware that, okay, this is a moment where he can kill me. I use W after I auto-attack the minion. If he denies me the minion, it's whatever. I use play my base here. He cannot get his recall in, at least.
Right, but the issue stems from this place, right? Like, because right here, if we had finned the wave enough, right, to the point where we can crash it, like, guarantee crash it, right, then we're fine. But now we can't crash it, right, and now we're stuck. And sure, we have TP, right, but, like, theoretically, if we wanted to here, we could have gotten a reset, gotten a good trade, and then not have to TP, right? By just doing it in a different order.
That's another point. In like matchups like this, what should I use my TP for? Like, what should I look to use it? Because I don't really just want to hold it for get out of jail for free card. Right?
Sure, okay. Right, what did we say, like, Tristana is good at, right? One thing is push, agreed?
Pushing, yeah.
Yeah, so this includes tower and use waves, right? And then it's like roaming, she's decent at, right?
Yeah.
She's good at skirmishing, right? She's very safe.
Yeah.
So we'll say movement. Right? And then you can fucking look at this, what the fuck this guy is good at, right? If you want to, right? What do you think he's good at?
He has sustain.
Okay, so he's sustain.
Yeah. What I would say is like short burst trades. And And then aside from that, he only really has scaling. He doesn't really like. He's not good at too much else.
But it doesn't outscale us that hard. Let's be honest, right?
Yeah, he doesn't outscale that hard. But that's all he really got.
Right. This is what he got going for him, and this is what we got going for him. The only thing we need to make sure is that we neutralize these things. For example, when he has Q empowered, we don't trade with him because we're not stupid, right? Agreed. And we make sure that we take good trades where he can't out-sustain us, right? These are the two things we need to do. If we can do these two things, which you agree is not that hard, right?
Yeah.
Then Vladimir is a useless champion. Agreed?
Yep.
And then all we need to do is amplify these things, right? So what we want to use our TP for? Well, we wanted to use it to amplify these things.
Yeah.
Right. I said it already. If you grief your tempo versus Tristana, right? GG. Agreed. This guy is probably not playing TP. I didn't check, right? Maybe he's playing Ghost or he's playing Flash, but he's playing Ignite.
Flash, Ignite.
Yeah. So it's like, he doesn't have TP. So, for example, if you want to shove in there, right? Let's just say we shove in there. We can reset, and then if you want to TP to keep up the tempo and just keep pressuring him, that's fine. But then you just have a free reset completely over him and he's just fucked. Agreed?
Yeah.
That's what you want to use your TP for. You want to amplify your tempo on the champion, right?
And I think that was the idea of the jump, that I wanted to jump forward, go for trade, kill the wave, and then TP back.
Yeah, and that makes sense,
right?
I
had gold for Cull and recurve bow, so that was like the idea of the jump, but...
Yes, and as
I should probably look to push the wave first and then look for a trade, right?
Right, and then we could like W out or something like that, because the jump just doesn't do anything here. It just closes the gap that on a trade that we could take, I don't know, 5 seconds later if we wanted to.
Yeah.
And that's why I don't like it, right? And now he's just pressuring us off.
Yeah, because I don't have the spells and then I get killed and lose a bit on that.
Alright. Do you usually go Blade or do you usually go Kraken? Or does it depend?
I have done a lot of Kraken Blade recently because like ever since I saw Nemesis do it. But before that I almost always went Kraken, but now it's a bit more dependent. If there's like 2 tanks or I want to play for some sustain in my build, then I like to go Bork. Otherwise I like to go Kraken because it's just such a hard hitting 1 item spike.
Yeah, I mean the thing is both items are like good, right? If you need to sustain, you go Borak usually. This is like the rule, right? But otherwise, like it has a few different spots, right? In general, like unless enemy team is just hard stacking HP champion or like armor champions, no HP champions, that's what I mean. Then Borak will just do less DPS generally, right? Because Borak is not good at actually killing tanks. This is like a myth.
Yeah.
What Bork is good at is killing champions that have a lot of HP, right? Which are usually tanks, right? But tanks build armor. And Bork deals physical damage. So, if you have Bork and then you have to like go Navori and then like, then you go IE, like you're not actually killing tanks. You see what I mean?
Yeah, I completely agree.
You can do after enough time, but it doesn't do it better than Kraken.
What I'd like to do if I kill tanks, then it's kind of like you have like if you do that, you go Bork Navori into LDR and just skip IE for some time.
Yeah, I think it can be fine, but then I think I don't know, I don't love it, Hey guys, it's Aqsept. If you're enjoying the coaching session that you're watching right now, please consider leaving a like and subscribe. I upload coaching sessions daily right now. I also upload shorts daily. And if you're interested in seeing the sessions a bit more live and asking questions while we're going on, then just remember, I always do these sessions live on my Twitch channel, so you can go follow that, link in the description. Anyways, thank you and enjoy the video.
Yeah, here's where I get the tempo advantage of...
right. This was good, right?
Blood and I can get blitz, yeah.
I mean, it's been going good, right? It's just we can play a bit more aggressive, right? And we didn't need to die for zero reason, basically, right? Otherwise, like, this is good, right? And this is what we want to use our TP for. We still got the TP usage off, right? And now we get the reset and we have tempo on him again. Right? The only time where he's gonna have tempo is this one wave, right? But he's not gonna roam on it, agreed?
Yeah.
And we get it back next wave. The only thing is he could go for a reset here if he wants to. That's like his get out of jail free card. Okay, let's see here.
Then I really grief this fight, I know.
Yeah, I mean, I can ask first, like, when we get back to lane here, what is the goal?
I think Lilia wants to look for Drake, so I'm looking towards push. Then I find Vlad, so I look for, like, trade and then push.
Yeah. I mean,
That's, what I was looking for.
I mean, I don't like how we, like, hug the wall here.
Yeah.
It seems a bit unnecessary, I think you can agree.
Yeah, I should just let wave come a bit closer, because I only hug here, kind of, because I want to push the wave as fast as possible, right?
But you can stand over here to do the same thing.
Yeah, I can stand in the middle, and it's going to be the same.
And it's like, if you're scared of Sejuani for some reason, then, well, either you, like, I don't know how to explain it. Either you actually have something to be afraid of, or you're scared of, like, buffering your W. Like, It's kind of a skill check, right? This Sejuani should never be able to gank you, right?
For sure. I agree. Unless she has flash and I don't. That's like the only...
It's like here, once again, I wouldn't even be scared. Like, you know? And it's
I
like,
was-
if
I was
you're
very
scared of
ready
like
to
fucking
top.
it up, like then that's another thing, right?
Yeah.
But it's like, this is like for some, like one of the reasons why Caps is like so insane on Tristana, right? Because he's like never scared in those situations. So you try to do something, you will always buff for it, right?
Here I was a bit sad that R like really griefed the fight. If I use R Blitzcrank, I think we hard win this fight.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why I R Seju, to be honest. Because I already have bomb reset, it's not for anything really. If I use R the Blitzcrank, that's gonna move towards Kaisa or R Vladimir potentially, but he has pool, so that's like why.
Are you scared of dying here?
No.
So why are we clicking away?
Why am I clicking away?
Here we click away, and here we out-attack, and then we click away again. And we could be out-attacking the Sejuani this entire time, agreed?
Yeah.
Right. So,
I agree.
I want you to
I guess
position aggressively.
I'm unnecessarily scared of Vlad. I could just pull Sejuani out and she can't.
And if you think you need to preserve HP, that's fine, right? That's a valid reason, right? If that's the case, right? But it's like, for all I care, right? Like the Vlad is not gonna like one-tap you, right? And the Sejuani is like completely out of the fight if you start hitting her here, right?
If I go up and hit her, she's gonna be out of the fight.
Yeah. And it's like, can I agree the Sejuani, or like the ult on the Sejuani is a bit weird, yeah, but I would use W and then maybe like look to chase them, you know?
Yeah.
You don't need to use your ult yet. That's the only thing I would do different. I would wait with my ult. I don't think you need to ult to Blitzcrank either. And here, I assume you start, yeah.
Yeah. When I die, we're in a bit of a rough spot in the game state.
Yeah.
Top lane is a bit tilted on jungler again. Then I believe we get a kill back on mid.
Yeah, it's a 1-for-1 though.
Yeah.
But you should get a shot
I
on
should
here.
have done a short jump.
Oh.
There was nothing that happened, but I definitely should do a short jump, not a long jump.
Yeah, I mean, the something could have happened, right? I mean, I don't even care about doing a short jump. Here, you just wait.
Yeah.
Right? Like, in theory, what you're doing is like correct, right? Because you recognize the fact, okay, I can't auto-attack him again without Wing, right? But you can just wait half a second, right, to see what he does, right? Because it's like, for example,
like he turns or see.
Right, because so here he turns for his E or whatever, right? And you see him E-ing, right? You just wait out his E and then you W, and you can even like, you know, just space that E if you want to, right? And then W. If you really want to min-max it, right? And it's like, I mean, he ends up dying, but like, you know, it's not great.
It could have been scarier.
Yeah, it's like maybe like he has flash and then he flashes away and he has Nimbus Cloak and then FF connects.
Yeah. And then I believe I play for wave reset on this, and then here same thing happens where the Nidalee last game.
Yeah.
Where, like, I believe I just die for the wave. Like, I completely just try to get it in. In these situations, should I just try to drop the wave? Like, say fuck it, I already messed up, and take a reset?
I mean, yeah, like if it's a 1-1 with Sejuani, right, you can get the wave in. I think we both can agree. But yeah, I mean, once you see the Sejuani...
Blitzcrank had move, and Vlad is gonna come up in mid in like 10 seconds, so...
Yeah, I mean, the problem for me is just like, it doesn't seem like we have any awareness of like where Sejuani is because we're not scared of her, which makes sense, right? But it's like here, we don't use our E on the tower, right? Like, that's like the main thing for me, right? It's like, okay, here we use it and then we like hit it a few times and we get some damage, right? But if we want to, we can just use this E on the wave, right? And we probably get it in, you know, for example. Or if you don't want to do anything, that's fine as well, right? But it's like, probably what I would do, and it's in the main thing from last game, right? I said it to you, right? When this guy respawns, we don't play for another plate, right? Now he respawns. We take this plate, we get out. If you want to take the wave, that's fine, right? Like, it doesn't grief your tempo that much, but then I want
this is a bit of Tristana, like, cheesy thing, right? Because if I put the bomb on the turret, then I'm gonna kill the entire wave with it if I get all of the auto attacks, but I use the bomb too late, and that makes it so the casters are alive, and that makes it so I walk up for, like, a really stupid auto to get 3 casters.
Yeah. And it's like, maybe if you don't go for the auto on the casters, you can be fine, right? But in general, it just looks greedy, right? That's the main thing. And once again...
what do you think I should do? Like, I should just... Because there was that cannon wave, right? Like, what do you think I should do from that point?
Like this cannon wave right here? Like, no, it's good that you hard shove, and it's good that you take the plate, right? But after this, you use reset.
I use reset, okay.
Yeah, you have your item, no? Okay, so what do you want here, right? You want Vamp Scepter and you want Mercrits?
I believe I want Vamp and Mercs, and that's 1350. So I get it off of the first plate.
Right. So why are we staying for the second plate? Because we want to grief tempo?
I don't know.
Because even if we get this right now, it does not give us any spike, right? If this gives us a spike, it's fine to grief tempo, right?
Yeah, but I don't get anything. I completely agree. Like, I'm later out on the map.
Yeah, exactly.
Without getting anything, so...
Once again, you have tempo up on your opponent, your champ is fucking busted, right? GG. Yeah. You give up this tempo, then, you know, like, you're just giving up a huge advantage for some reason.
Yeah, and now, like, because I do this, I lose a lot.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, I should just play that base. Because I won't lose anything. I lose, like, 1, maybe 2 minions off of it. But now instead I lose 2 entire waves, because I want 1 more minion.
Yeah. What is the goal now?
Goal towards this. Lilia was very behind. First off, I wanted to try to look for a push out and protect Kai'Sa from getting dove, because she's the only character that's still strong in the game. Like me and her are somewhat strong.
Yep.
So I'll try to protect her here, and otherwise than that, I think it's grubs pretty soon. So I'm looking just to get vision towards that side.
Sure.
But yeah, also not trading that much with Vlad, because I believe he has 2 Lord Swords. Like, he's
Omega strong. This guy's a monster, right? I mean, the only question I have, like, I don't mind you pushing if your plan is, like, to cover the Kai'Sa, right? Then it makes sense, right? But I want you to look what's going on bot lane, you know, a bit. Maybe you spot it out here that, like, what their HPs are, for example, right? Like, here you see Blitzcrank on half HP, right? And you see what's HP Sejon is. But Jhin was just bot lane, right? We don't know what HP he is. Maybe he just wants to reset.
I should check out what he has,
Right.
That's true.
Because it's like, if you look bot lane here, and you see the Jhin is like fucking, I don't know, 0 mana, and like full HP or something, and you're like, oh, they're never going for a dive, then the push out, it doesn't make sense, right? Like, it doesn't make sense to actually hard trap. Agreed?
Yep, I completely agree.
Right. It makes sense that we have some sort of plan to why we should be pushing, right? But yeah, now they don't even go for the dive, and maybe it's because they're bad. That's fine. Right, the Jhin now shows up, right? It's probably not because, like, they couldn't dive, right? Maybe it's just because they were bad. But it's like, in general, just make an active decision based on the information you have, right? And based on the information you have, you make a valid decision, right? But you have more information to gather if you want to. And the more information we get, then the more accurate our decision making can be, right? And that's like all League of Legends is about to an extent, right? At least macro-wise.
Yeah. And then this fight can happen again. And here you have the people like, why is Blitzcrank roaming? Why is not Rel roaming? That's like Lilia. But it happens. And here I do a stay because I didn't want to base without getting pickaxe. I don't know if I should base and not buy anything, but at least get my HP back. Because I got a timer to base. Or I stay for 1 more wave, which was what I did. Like, after this wave. Because here Lilia bails me out, I get the wave in, I can take a reset. But then I cancel because I wanted the pickaxe. And I believe, like, I might just die for it. Where we both burn sums and I will lose the wave. Actually, I believe... no, nothing happens, never mind.
I mean...
But yeah, I should just base on the first wave and not buy anything, right? Because, like, it's also like a timer of... I get TP up if I greed for 1 more wave, and then I can potentially regain tempo.
Yep. Have you ever seen Vega V2 play the game, or no?
Not that much, no.
No, he plays Karthus a bit, right? This, like, and something, like, Karthus is not that strong in mid lane, agreed? Like, he can work, but he's not that strong, right?
Yeah.
Here's how he plays Karthus, especially in bad matchups. He walks into the wave, he just pushes the wave with all mana he has, and then he goes reset. Right? And anytime he feels like the lane is in a bad state, he does this, right?
Yeah.
Every single time.
Tristana can very much do the same thing. She can just push out the wave and recall.
You lose nothing from resetting.
Yeah.
You lose a bit of tempo, but this tempo is non-existent, right? Because you don't get the push anyways. Agreed?
Yeah.
So you just reset. Right? Just to gain your resources back. Because the lane is in a bad spot. Like, so when you do nuke the wave, you just go back. That's fine. Right? Because now we're just in a bad spot and we can't play. And now we don't have the option to bomb the wave and then just get off.
Yeah, right? I can very much see that, yeah.
It's like, if you feel like the lane is in a bad spot, it's way better to just fix it insta. This buffer was good.
Yeah. And then, if I did a short buffer again with... Like, I recognized that Rel wanted to go in, I would have killed Blitz as well.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, I mean, if you even want to, if you're, like, really shad, you fucking buffer on top of the Blitzcrank and this guy just fucking dies.
Yeah. But I didn't recognize that Rel would go forwards.
Yeah, it's fine.
She was just running away with me. And we base TP, here's where I forgot to buy the pickaxe, so all that staying was unnecessary.
Yeah. And now, I mean, it's a similar thing, right? I would just bomb the wave and then I would reset and get my item, right? Yeah. When you can. Now, this was a bit sad. This I would not do. This was disgusting.
Yeah.
I mean, you can do it right, kinda, but it's like, I don't know, I don't love it. It's like, if you think you need to make sure the lane is playable, I think it's fine. Otherwise, I mean, I would say for one more wave probably here, and then bomb, and then just get out, right? Because you have, like, he can't 1-0, you agreed? Or maybe he can, actually, it's fucking
like,
fun out.
yeah, I was, because I really much, at this point, I never want to try to trade with him even.
No,
like,
I understand that, you don't want to
like,
trade with him. The idea would be you nuke the wave and then you get out, right?
Yeah, yes, recall.
Right.
But I'm not entirely sure if I live, but
yeah,
maybe it's
I'm not sure either.
maybe
If you're not confident, don't go for it. If you want to limit test it because, well, you're practicing in solo queue, then whatever, that's fine, go for it, you know?
Yeah, because the best optimal play would be that, yeah, like if I can get away with it. But then these trades feel so illegal, you know. He has trades all his HP, but he's blood, so.
Yeah, it works out, right?
Yeah.
But it does give us an advantage coming
Here,
into
I
like
believe,
this.
like, I had fights on this, because I also grief this fight, I'm pretty sure. Like, not grief, but I don't play it optimally. So I jump, and I do bomb, and I don't hit for assist, and hit for 1 assist, and then I get that. But I should have got an assist on the Seju as well.
I mean, yeah, the assist isn't like omega important in that. I mean, it's a bit of gold like for you, right? It's like,
yeah.
But the assist is not like you gain more gold for the team, right? So it's just like, I hate it in that sense. I mean, the fight is fine.
Thing. Here I always look, when I look back mid lane, I'm like, should I reset or should I go? But here I decide to stay, because I think I can still get half of this wave still. Because he's gonna kill turret. If like the turret was healthier, I would just recall here, right? Because wave is gonna be gone.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, okay, what happens then? Let's say you're here, right? You look mid lane. What happens if he just does not out-attack the tower and just lets the minions die?
Yeah, then I waste the time.
Right, so you're relying, in a sense, on him just griefing, right?
Yeah.
It's not a big grief, right? But he's giving you minions for some reason.
Yeah.
He doesn't need to do that. And maybe it's like he thinks you reset, right? And that's why he does it or something, right? But it's like...
Yeah, potentially.
You know? And then now we're kinda like semi-stuck in lane as well. We probably kill this guy, to be honest.
Yeah, we do, but it took some time. Just waiting for people to show up. I probably can play this differently, but I was so scared with empowered Q.
Yeah, I mean, you don't know his limits, right? That's like the main thing, and you can see it, right? Like here, you don't position safely, right? Like here you use fucking, like, I mean, maybe you don't know the red is going, and then it's fine, right? But it's like, you would use full auto here, right? And it's like, yeah, in general, like that part, it's like...
If I look on this with like no fears, I would, when Rel goes, I would look to use my Q and bomb and then jump out once he gets out of like, once he's out of the stun, like soon when he uses RQ on me, I would jump out after like one more auto or something. Maybe
you don't even need to jump out. Like all I mean is like you just wait out the CC here. Your out attack range is longer than his like range, agreed. So all you do here is like for example, if you don't click here for zero reason, agreed, like this is not where you tether right now, you don't tether to the sides, this looks weird, right? You want to tether back and then forwards, and then if he tries to walk forward to you, you can keep walking back. If he decides to walk this direction, you walk forward and potentially W into him, right? This is how you play. Right, and then that way he does not get his Q off, right? Because right now he's like just getting out of CC, is a bit slowed, right? And it's like your out attack range is higher, right? So if he does not get his Q off, it's just completely clean, right?
Yeah.
Then he's completely fucked, right? And then you can even tank one more Q if you want to, right? I mean, it's fine anyways, but it's still a bit awkwardly played, right?
Yep. It's something that I think I've struggled with a lot. It's like ADC's auto attacks and spacing, because I have played Akali and like mages, like assassins and mages, so auto attacks haven't really been the most important thing on my list.
I mean, Tristana is like one of the highest range champions in the game, right? Agreed?
Yeah.
So it's like, I mean, maybe there's Caitlyn that's higher, there's Ashe that's higher, Senna, and like, I don't know, Jinx, if she uses Q, right? Otherwise, I think she's high. It's maybe more Kog'Maw as well, I don't know, right?
Yeah.
But it's like, these champions you're not going to be facing in mid lane, agreed? First of all.
Yep.
Right, so it's like, almost every single time, how you space is by walking forward and backwards. This is how you space on your champion. Right, unless you face like someone who has a skill shot that like goes in a straight line.
Yeah, like Syndra E.
Syndra E, or like Yasuo Q, or like Yone Q, these kind of things, right? Then you can space to the sides when you want to dodge that ability. But if you're spacing in auto attacks, you walk forward and you walk backwards. Because this makes no sense, right? You're not weaving in extra auto attacks, right? The entire goal is to get an auto attack, step back so he can't use his ability on you, right? And then step forward again to get another auto attack, right? This is why you space, right?
Yeah, I agree.
And it's like, now we're just like, you know, we could basically be standing still.
Yeah.
Right. It's not like we're gonna dodge Vladimir ult because we step to the side. If you do that, then fucking incredible, you know, but like, then this guy's shit. Agreed? Like.
Yep. It's on him to miss, not me to dodge.
Right. It's like, and if it's like an ability you can actually dodge, then it makes sense to step to the side, right? But it's like, you know, we might still be standing still if we're not gonna step backwards or forwards, whatever.
I agree. I was also thinking, because like healing reduction at Vlad, because he got really strong, right? Do you think, like, I wanted to ask, do you think I should get healing reduction in lane against Vlad? Or like any point in the game?
Well, I don't think it's in your win condition, right? Maybe if he gets really fed, then it makes sense, right? Like later on in the game, it makes sense, right? Because then you go Lord Downs, or not Lord Downs, Mortal Reminder instead of Lord Downs, right? That makes sense, right?
Because that was my thought, kind of.
But
like,
in the lane phase, right? If we look back on like what made him strong, right? There were two things: it's sustain and it's burst, right? And we agreed we could kind of avoid both of these, right? If you think your win condition is to fucking kill him for some reason, right? Like then okay, you know, going executioners and like making sure he has less sustain on wave makes sense, right? But that's not how we play this champion, right? We don't play to kill the enemy, right?
And even then, I think in that case, I would probably just play Ignite and try to really focus on getting the recalls that I need, because I always have the push on him, so I can afford to take the Ignite. I don't necessarily need the TP in a match.
The only thing is with Ignite is that it doesn't actually like make sure he doesn't sustain, right? It like makes sure like it only makes sure he doesn't heal in fights, right? Yeah, exactly. So it's not like bad, but it's like, you know, you would still want executioners for the same reason as before.
Yeah.
So it's like I mean, you can go it if you think the win condition for some reason is to kill him, but otherwise, no. Simple as, right? Then you would just... What you want to play for, right, is just a push, and then either play into pushing tower, or like getting resets, or like just generally getting tempo leads on him, right, and doing stuff on the map, right? And
was this like an insanely bad death? Because I was like, when I played it, I was kind of just hovering it, because they just walked 4 people bot without any vision. Like, I was thinking maybe we can push mid-turret after it, but like I probably should get out after this wave, right?
Okay, so
start channeling base in bush.
So here's the thing, right? Should they be 4 people bot without animals saying mid? Probably not. But here, okay, so here's what happens, right? And we're still not looking mid, right? So probably what you're doing here is like you're looking at this Vladimir and you're like not doing anything, right? Like honestly, like that's the honest truth, right? Agreed?
Yep.
So now we realize they're moving towards us. We could have realized they're moving towards us when they shot this mid wave.
Yeah.
Right? We even see the Blitzcrank walking down, right?
Yeah.
And probably the Jin as well. So it's like, for all I care, like when they shove this mid wave, they don't need to be on mid wave anymore. They can fall into your side. Jin should not be here. Like he needs to catch the next wave.
Jin should be staying mid, just pushing, but they will kill me as 3 anyways.
Right, they will kill you anyways, right? Like this Jin W really didn't do anything, right?
Yeah.
He even like didn't even chain the CC or anything. He just layered it.
Yeah.
So it's like, what we're doing is grief, right? It's like, and we can look back on this, especially if this is comp play, for example, then, I mean, obviously that's not what we're focusing on, but if this is comp play, this is a play that will always happen, right? Right now, they're playing on this objective. You know how map splits work in the early game, right? It's like how you, you fucking go into, and then it splits on side. It's the same thing throughout the entire game. Whenever they play this objective, unless you're contesting it, like, and taking a fight over it, this is the map split. You make a play over here, they make a play over here, right? This is how turns work, right? When the turn ends, you swap around. Make sense? So right now their turn is bot side. So
can you actually go back like 30 seconds? I want to see like map state when I was walking out of base. Maybe like there's a maybe I can just open up top side instead. I think that would be more beneficial. Like even me leaning to Tryndamere.
Yes.
Because my team should have tempo on our top side.
Right, we have tempo on our top side, so we want to play aggressive on our top side. So if you think you are the better, or like the strong side lane right now, which you probably are, right? Agreed. Like you're playing with Malphite top lane, like this guy doesn't give a shit. So then you go top lane, right?
Especially when they're like, because sometimes I go into the wrong side because like now it wasn't the case, but there was a wave on turret crashing, so I want to go down to that side to potentially A, catch the wave, or B, like push out the wave so we don't like lose minions on a bounce.
Yeah, and it can be fine, right? But it's like in general, this should have been fixed before.
Yeah.
Right? So
like this should be, I should be going
like
after I push this wave, I should go into top side. Yeah.
No, I mean, it's like in general, the idea would be if the turn starts, right, we would have shoved the wave bot side further, right? Obviously now that's not our control, right? But we would go top lane here, like whatever shit happens, right? Because Kai'Sa couldn't push it further. It's like then we're the ones hitting tower right here. Malphite does nothing, right? And this Tryndamere might want to play aggressive on us, but we as a team should be playing aggressive on him. And if your team does not follow up on this play, unlucky.
Yeah.
Right, it's solo queue. You can't do anything about it. Then you back off.
Opportunities, and if they don't take them, then it's
right. It's like, and then ping them, right? Okay, for example, like if the Jhin doesn't stay here, it makes sense that they're taking mid tower over top tower, but otherwise you ping them to go top lane and we do something aggressive on this guy and we play tower, right?
I agree.
And now we go top lane, and now this doesn't make sense to go top lane, right? Because they just finished a play on bot side, right? They took their turn on bot side. This wave is over here. Do you think anyone in their team is going bot lane? Maybe Tristana, right? Agreed. Maybe Tristana does it because he's a psychopath champion, but otherwise no one's going bot lane. Agreed. So where are they going?
You're gonna go into their top side and getting vision for Baron or our top side.
Right, they will start playing aggressive on top side. They're taking their turn here. They're gonna shove this all the way in, and then we're gonna sit here and do nothing.
Yeah.
And we're gonna starve and GG. And the only time where we do this kind of play is if we think we can match them and you skirmish them on top side. And now Tristana goes top lane for whatever reason anyways, right? But this is not what he should do.
Because I think also, do you think it's wrong? Because my thought is that they have, or we have a bot tier 2 up, so I think they want to play for that turret. So I think we can potentially get the cheesier, like get a winning play on top side because of it.
Okay, so here's how
it's like we don't have anything to top side for them.
Yeah, so here's how the game works, right? Whenever you want to make a play on this side of the map, you gotta make sure that whatever happens on this side of the map is confirmed, like safe, right?
Yeah.
Right, because they, right now, if you get a trade, right, like, okay, maybe you get like even 2 towers, right, and they get this one, it's always good for you, right?
Yep.
Right, this is how the game works, right? You're behind, you get a trade, it's gonna be good for you, right? So they don't want to make sure you get a trade. So what they should do, for example, let's say Tristana goes bot, right? They go 3 people mid, they push this out, maybe 4 people mid even, they go into top side, they get the vision top side, they push this out, right? And then they go back to mid lane, right, when they have the top lane confirmed, and then they go mid, and then they go bot.
Yep.
Right, and then they play this tower. You unlock this side of the map first before you make a play on this side of the map. For example, if Drake is coming up in 1 minute, you play top side right now. Full tempo, if enemy doesn't respect it, you open up their base, literally. Right? And then you reset, and then you go bot side, and you play Drake.
That is a concept I have not... really ever used in comp or solo queue, to be honest. I don't think.
No, in solo queue you're probably never gonna use it. This is the truth, right? Sadly, like, or to some extent you can, right? But it's like you see this guy use fucking this tournament, walks top lane anyways. Like he's like, I'm playing top lane, I'll go top. You know, there's no thought process behind it, right? Like
he's pushing. That's his thought process.
Yeah, exactly. Like he's like, whatever, I'll just pressure top. Like he probably just clicked on it without thinking, right? But it's like in comp especially, this is what you want to do, and I promise you teams don't do this in comp either, but like this is how turns work, right? You play one turn on the map.
I try to implement that when I play turns more.
Yeah.
Like getting the, like their cross map being safe, especially if we're the ones ahead, we are the ones choosing the tempo, so we can make sure they can't get the cross map.
Yes, exactly.
It's something I'll try to implement actually. Very good.
But yeah, you can see now they're just playing top lane. They have, I mean, Vladimir can be bot lane, right? And it's like fine for them because this guy is strong in the 1-1 as well, right? Either one is like kind of safe. Tristana usually doesn't want to be with the team, but yeah. But you can see
what happens to my bomb here? I thought I bombed Tristana at first, but I don't know who I bomb. I still can't see the bomb. It's just on nothing, no?
Yeah. Lucky you got scammed.
Yeah, I wanted to like hit Tristana so he got low and maybe burn his ult, but
yeah,
I was like really confused because I was like, wait, did I E Sejuani? Wait, I should have target Seju because like I E him, tried to auto attack Tristana, and then like I turned to Seju because I'm like, wait, I bombed Seju.
I mean, the only thought process I could have is that maybe you fucking bombed the Void Grub. That's like the only thing I can think of.
One thing I can do improvement here actually is press target champions only, because then I can only target their champs with bomb at least.
No, you probably click on a minion or a Void Grub that is about to die.
Like that.
Yeah. Yeah, we do live view at 18 grid.
Yeah. And here we get like an amazing fight.
Yeah, I mean, this is good with slow chase and we want to play max range, and I mean, now we can, like, the general thing with like full chasing is like you gotta make sure they contact turn on us, right? And as soon as you feel like confident, you can flash in or whatever you like, right? But before that, you have to slow chase, otherwise they will just kill us.
In this game, I felt very like, in these 3 fights that have kind of happened, I've been very like not decisive with my fights, because there as well, if I go like W and flash forward, I think I can maybe get 1 more kill or even both kills. Like at the start of like this, if I'm just more decisive, because I feel like that's happened like kind of a lot. Like they griefed, but I should have like taken up the opportunity to do something when they griefed.
Yeah, and would you say this is because you don't know your limits on the champion, or?
I don't know. I don't know if it's I don't know my limits, but maybe it's just an off day. But I I don't know. I didn't feel. For some reason, I didn't want. It was like I'm playing like I'm gonna lose or something. Like that's kind of maybe that's the like.
Oh yeah,
I
no,
can't
you're
do
probably
anything
gonna
because
lose
I'm
this
behind.
game, you know. But like, you
but I
like
should
if
at
you're
least
behind, you
try.
wanna make aggressive plays, right? Because like then you either like win making or like you come back making an aggressive play or you just lose fast, you know, in a sense.
Yeah.
It's like I mean here it's like I once again don't see why we're clicking backwards, right? We're the highest range champion in the game. Agreed. Maybe Kai's is higher. I don't know what the fuck she's building, right? But it's like maybe she's higher. But against enemy team, we're higher range than all of them, right? So you always space forward, right? Especially if you have W, right? You just want to play on your max range, right? You don't go outside of your max range and you don't go like too far in, right? That's the only thing.
Yeah.
That's just how you space, right? And you space back and forth.
Also, right? I notice now if I used my W before the Trinidad dies and just kind of flip it, if he doesn't R, then like I can get kind of 4 kills. But if he does R, I'm kind of fucked.
No, I mean I think we should just be instead of clicking backwards here, we click forwards. That's the only thing. Because
do you think I should space left or right of turret? Because there's kind of like minions everywhere.
No, I mean I don't. I would just fucking stand here right now.
Okay.
This is just our positioning right now. Unless you wanna like reposition with W, maybe you like W over here.
I should. I try to stand back ahead of turret and then I W over the wall if they like if it's a losing fight, I just W out there.
Yeah, I mean you're completely safe, right? Because of how your champion works, right?
See it. Yeah.
It's like you can just buffer an ability if something gets thrown at you, right? But it's like not, because now if you had stood right here when Tryndamere dies, you can just insta go on this guy if you want to, for example.
Yeah, my tethering was just like poor this game and like decisions in fights were not really optimal.
Yeah.
Because then here, especially as well, maybe if I flash instantly, get the bomb proc like as fast as possible, I can get the next jump and hit Seju with auto attack, get my fleet proc, chase, maybe ult for a kill, and like so many.
Yeah, I mean if you want to, even you could like flash on someone else's energy, and I think earlier as well, right? Like if you really want to, like either play is fine, right? But just be decisive on it, right? As you say.
And then here she survives. I don't know, like how she lives the bomb with 200, like a max. I think it's one step from max. Maybe I messed up, but she has 217 HP.
Yeah.
With like max bomb, I just thought she would die.
I mean, I think she had passive, right? That's why she lives.
Yeah. What does her passive do?
It gives her like armor and medic resistance, like.
I don't know. Actually, I have
like
no
while it's active.
So it's a slow, or like you can't be slow. That was like
yeah, that too, but. Well, I'm fairly certain it does at least. Otherwise, I'm retarded, but I'm fairly certain.
You gain 10 plus 75% bonus armor.
Yeah.
And 10 plus 75% bonus magic resist.
It's like Sejuani without passive is a lot weaker champion, right? Than if she has passive. Right? That's the general idea. Like
certain champions I is also like I don't know them well enough. Where like I should try to look at Wiki and like learn certain things like that.
Yeah.
I was actually thinking at some point I should make like how when you learn like words for other languages, you do like cards where you have like the word of the language and your language.
Yeah.
Like I wanted to do that for League of like small question cards of like certain trivia kind of.
I mean you can. I'm not sure like I mean for example when you go like traveling you could just like literally read some of this if you want to, right? Like that's one thing. I'm not sure if you ever play like for fun games, like I mean like normal or flex with friends, something like this, or ARAM or whatever.
Not that much, no.
No. If you do, like I mean you can pick whatever champion you want and not your main champions is like what I would say. But yeah, and I mean if you play comp, just asking people, right, what
Yeah.
Like so someone who know this is not the right one. But what they probably know the champion better than you do if you don't play it, right? So
I agree. But yeah, I think now it's just I do some standard pushing. But I think like that's also something I struggled with some like 2 months ago or so, like being on the right side at the right time. But I think I've improved a lot on that. Like I'm going most of the time to the right side where I should be, and like pushing out the correct waves, staying safe. Because generally I just like went to a side, pushed until I died.
Yeah.
And like I died for a lot.
Yeah, I mean the side laning is I mean a lot of the time just count heads on a map, you know what I mean? Like literally. Like it's like that simple, like genuinely. Like I learned this when I remember like I watched like some I can't remember who I watched to be honest. But I watched someone and they said it, right? Like okay, when you side lane you just like count heads on a map, and I was sitting there playing like GP and Platinum or something, and it's like, you just win a lot of games, especially in that elo, but like even in this elo, like for example, we could see it when you died bot lane earlier, right?
Yeah,
don't count heads.
For sure, I agree. And this is where the game is like somewhat out of hand, because somewhere we take like someone gets picked, we die in that like to Vlad fight, Grell dies here to them.
Yeah, I mean,
and they get Nash, they get like they can just like boom the game there.
Yeah,
because they still have like an insane gold lead, right? So
yeah, I mean the problem, right, is that I mean we can't do anything about these guys dying to the Vladimir, right?
Yeah.
And it's like after this we have to be aware that they might just go Nash, and I think honestly, I mean to be fair, they are up here. We're just not contesting the Nash.
Yeah.
I mean, we have to be aware they can just rush this. They're playing what? Like Tryndamere, and I mean, I guess they don't have that much damage outside of that champion, but still. It's like, you know, people are dead, they want to play with like full tempo, right? Like, preferably, right? Obviously, they might not do so, but yeah, it's just something we have to be aware of, and we have to take a fight, right? The only way out we have right now in the game is by outfighting them, right? If we don't do that, GG.
Yeah. Then they will just slowly win.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like, especially when they have Nash now, it's fucked, right? But it's like, even before, right? It's like, if they're on Nash, right? And they're tanking the Nash, etc., these kind of things, right? And we get to fight them then, that's probably the best fight we get, agreed?
Yep, I agree.
Yeah. So, we take that fight.
And here we almost get a good flip play, where Vlad survives like similar to the Sejuani on like really low HP.
Yeah, also, it's a bit unlucky. I mean, it's good that we go for a flip play, that's all we can do, I think. And now he's losing him.
I get all in, and then game's over. And then I tried to check if my jungler was like, you know, there's a YouTuber called like Exile or Exil. Because my Lilia, like I know that guy plays this Exil. He also plays Lilia. I've like seen it in his videos, but I don't think it was the same person. I just tried to check his name.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was the game. But I think there's a lot of improvement points from that.
Yes, I think so too.
Okay, especially I think this game. The second one is like I could have definitely won this game if I played the laning phase properly, because then Vladimir wouldn't have been a problem, and like if things went like they did later on, I would have been able to carry the game with like my teammates still inting, I think.
Yes, 100%. And I mean, if like you wanna improve on some stuff while you're gone, like for me, it's like try to look. I mean, you're gonna look at VODs, I assume, if you're gonna do it, right? Like that's how you're gonna do it. So look at like these small decisions that you're not making, like in a sense, and that other people are making. That's like the main thing. And if you, I don't know if you watch pro play, do you or no?
Not that much, no.
Okay, if you are gonna do it, then I would, for example, suggest looking at like how they play their turns, right, and how they like play on the cross map in that sense. You don't have to do it, right, because it's not like if you don't want to focus on comp play and want to focus on solo queue, that's fine. You know, like but it's if you do end up doing it, then pay attention to that, right? For example.
Yeah.
And
it's like something I eventually want to get into, right? But at first, I think I need to improve myself more. Yeah. And then I'll start taking that thing more. Yeah, I mean, it's good to... I think this helped a lot. I think the main thing is, like, you don't care too much about your rank, in a sense. Like, you care about playing good, is what I recommend. Yeah. Obviously, rank is, like, a resemblation of, like, ish how good you play. But it's not always like that. That's the case, right? So just play to a level where you feel like you're happy, and then, you know, if you want to start, like, trying to play comp after that, you know, you can do it, and then you can make a decision based on the teams you get, etc., these kind of things, you know? Yep. That's, like, my recommendation if you want to get into it. Alright. But otherwise, I hope this helps. Yeah. I just want to ask with like, when do you think a video like this will come out? Like this coaching session? Yeah. Let me just double check so I'm not lying to you. Yeah. Probably start of next week. Okay, that is great, because then I can watch this back when I go on vacation again. Yeah, and if for some reason it is not out, I'll DM you and tell you when it's out, or like at you on Twitter or something like that, right? But it's like, you will know when it's out, but if it's not out, it's gonna be in Twitch VODs at least. Okay. Yeah, I will watch this back and try to write down some notes, and then when I watch some VODs, I'll try to compare things and write notes on the players of like why they made decisions that they made and why I would have made some different thing. Yeah, exactly. Try to compare like your how you play to someone else. Right? Like, I think that's very good. All right. Well, thank you so much. Yeah, sounds good. And then I'll see you. I'll see you. Yeah.